This is the Average to Savage podcast with Paul Guarino. Everyone and anyone, athletes, celebs, and much more.
This episode is brought to you by Ballsy, the makers of Ball Wash. Check out their website at ballwash.com and use the promo code PGSports for 15% off. Keep the funk off your junk. Ball Wash. What's up, everybody? I'm back for another episode of the Average Savage podcast. Our special guest today is YouTuber Flemlo Raps. Flemlo, how's it going?
Oh, it's good, bro. Doing pretty good.
How's the weather down there in Texas?
Man, it's still pretty nice. It's cooling off a little bit, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm up here in Connecticut in this 30-degree weather right now.
Yeah, I was in Kansas a few weeks ago now. It was freezing, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Snowed and everything.
I saw you bundled up.
Almost died.
So, you grew up in Mississippi, right?
Uh-huh.
So, what other, besides football, what other sports did you play?
I played everything in high school. Basketball was really my first love. I mean, I was pretty good. I led the team in scoring. My senior year, I ran track. Everything we had available, every sport, I did it, and I was pretty good in all of them.
For sure. You were just a baller?
Yeah, pretty much.
And how'd you get started rapping?
I've been rapping since I was a kid. We used to get, I don't know if you remember, when you get CDs way back in the day, if you buy, the single, it'll have the instrumental on there. So me and my brother used to record over that. And then I get up in the middle of the night, I've been writing. I got, these big notebooks at my house full of raps. So I've been doing that for as long as I can remember also, probably since about 11 or 12. For sure.
You just threw it back there with the CDs.
Yeah.
And how'd you get your rap name Flemlo?
Well, my granddad used to always, my first name is Karl, and my granddad used to always call me Carlo. When I was young, I have no idea why. And then when I went to college, everybody called me Flem. Just because I guess my college coach, he referred to everybody as their last name. You have your name on your helmet with that tape.
Yeah.
So everybody called me Flem, and then over time that turned to Flemlo, and here we are.
Yeah, for sure,
I threw the raps on the back of it just to let people know what was up, and yeah, I rolled with it.
Gotcha. So during high school, when did you start taking football serious, and was your goal to go D1?
I honestly didn't start taking football seriously until, and I think about it, actually my senior year. I played, when I was a freshman, I started as a freshman on defense, even though I was an offensive. I played receiver, but I was pretty athletic, so they started me at corner. But every year, I quit football when basketball season would roll around. I just couldn't keep myself off the court, man. My coach used to be so mad. He's like, "Oh, you have so much talent," but I wanted to play basketball, man. Probably my senior year, I started to take it seriously, and I didn't even understand the difference between D1 and D1 AA back then, because nobody went to college from my school, not on a scholarship. You probably went JUCO, if anything. So going to Alcorn State or Jackson State or Southern, where I ended up going, was it's a fucking huge deal. I'm sorry, I don't know if you're cursing. But it was a huge deal. So I thought that was, I was good with that. Yeah, I didn't really understand.
Yeah, for sure. And so that's my follow-up question. How'd you end up at Southern University?
Yeah, I went on visits. Are you familiar with the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference?
Yeah.
All your classic stuff. So pretty much every school in that conference offered me a scholarship. But the thing is, I only sent my tape to those schools. I didn't have, you know what I mean? I didn't even shoot very high. I sent my tape to those schools. Again, we went to a small school, and my team wasn't that great, so nobody really saw me. I didn't go to any camps. But every team we sent the tape to, they offered scholarship. I went on visits, and at the time, Southern was just known for passing the ball more than the other schools, so I went to Southern. I didn't even think too hard about it. I was like, it doesn't matter where I go, bro. I'll be in the league in a couple years, whatever. I was that arrogant.
Gotcha.
And naive.
Gotcha. And then, so you go to Southern, and then you play, how many years did you play there?
I played 3 years.
3 years. And then, so did you end up graduating?
No, I didn't didn't end up graduating, man. My senior year, like all through school, man, I was very, what's the word? I'm kind of a free spirit, I guess you would say, which would explain how I ended up where I'm at now. I guess we'll get to that. But, yeah, man, I wanted to rap. I was doing all kind of stuff. I'm in plays. I'm just all over the place creatively. And I never really focused that heavily on football. When I was in school, I was a bit of a rebel. Yeah. And so I was hurt, like I have a little nagging injury, or I was ineligible. And finally, my last year, I had gotten up to like 220, and my coach was like, "Look, man, we're gonna do an all-passing offense. We're gonna put you at tight end. You ain't got to block. All you got to do, you know what I'm saying, is run routes against these linebackers and safeties. I'm killing everybody in practice. It's so easy. You play receiver, going against linebackers and these safeties." But I ended up getting into an altercation with the coach, and I got kicked off the team before the season even started. And when that happened, that was pretty much the beginning of the end. I started rapping more, and then I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to get a job so I could finance my rap stuff, because I had some, a few guys that wanted me to come to Atlanta and do some stuff up there, but I have no money. So I got a little job in sales, and like a month later, I was the manager.
Gotcha. So, yeah, even just you telling me, it seems like you just ended up at college, like, and you just like ended up there. Like,
I really never had any solid plans. Like, I think kind of that curse of I was decent at almost everything I tried to do, so I just arrogantly thought I could just do whatever I wanted to do, and like it was just gonna work out somehow. And I really didn't put in the work in any one field that I needed to put in order to be successful back then.
For sure. Now, side question, now that you're like YouTube famous, has Southern University ever invited you back?
No. No. Southern has not invited me back. I mean, Southern, like, people who would probably make that happen probably have no idea who I am. But, like, my old teammates, man, my old teammates reach out all the time. Or I actually saw one at the museum in Houston recently. And, he's like, "Oh, man, whenever you want to come, you're free to get in." That's good enough for me. Yeah,
for sure. Well, I'm sure once they see that, if they get a hold of the indie video, then they might invite you back to do the same thing.
Yeah, they might. That would be dope to go back and kind of see how things have transformed. I heard it's a lot better now than it was when I was there.
Yeah, for sure. And so, like you were just saying, you weren't really, like, focusing on one thing. So what was the turning point? I know you just said you had the job and stuff. So what was the turning point when you were like, all right, I got to get my shit together and do something and focus on one thing?
When I fell into sales, like I said, I ended up managing the store within like a month of working there. $1 million a month stores, big deal. Yeah. I ended up doing that for years. Like I did it for like 4 or 5 years, working in commission sales and managing and stuff like that. And I was making good money, but I was miserable, bro. Yeah. Like I was so miserable. I had started drinking a lot because I was trying to deal with, just I really wasn't happy. And I used to play I still play it, but I was playing Call of Duty, and I was super garbage in the beginning. So I used to watch YouTube videos to get like tips and stuff. Yeah. And one day, one of the guys that I was watching did a house tour. And he was like, the house tour. He was like, well, this is all thanks to you guys. And I was like, wait, what? Like, the cat's making a living doing this? Mm-hmm. And like when I realized that, I started to kind of devise a plan to transition out of sales into YouTube.
Your first main channel was just gaming, right?
Yeah, it's the same. My main channel now, I just transitioned. I didn't change the channel, but yeah, it was gaming. I did mostly, like at the very, very beginning, I was vlogging, I was rapping. I thought I was gonna vlog and rap and grow my channel, grow my following like that. That was the initial plan. Gotcha. And then I also like to game a lot, so I figured I could do everything on one channel, just naive, not knowing. But I went to some old NCAA videos, and I would filter the comments, and I realized that people was commenting, like, the most recent comments was like 2 hours ago. I'm like, bro, this video is 10 months old. This game is 5 years old. I'm like, there's still a market for this. Yeah. So I started to do NCAA, and I knew I had a unique style because I watched a lot of NCAA stuff, and I was like, yeah, nobody really plays this the way I play it. Not that I'm so great, but it's just a unique, I have a fun play style. So my first 70,000 subscribers was in gaming before I transitioned my channel.
Gotcha. So you started in 2015, right?
Yeah, 2015.
So how crazy is it that like now like the gaming aspect is like really big now with like Twitch and all this other shit?
I mean, well, it was big. I think it was pretty big then. Like all the channels that I was kind of seeing who were doing good, they were doing gaming at the time. Not the game I'm playing, but like Madden and stuff, and 2K was pretty huge back then. They're not as big now because you got games like, and Call of Duty was huge back then too. Now, obviously, Fortnite has just taken over almost everything. But I mean, the gaming aspect, man, I think will always be big on YouTube and on Twitch and any other platform that just give gamers a platform to showcase what they do. You get to go and chill and watch people do something that you love to do. So it's a pretty dope experience. I still watch a lot of gaming streams and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it opened my eyes this year when I saw it, when I'm flicking and I see it on ESPN and they're drafting live players for like 2K. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is like getting serious now.
Yeah, I mean, because what it is, the esports, man.
Yeah.
Even back then, esports, they were in the Olympics. Like, I remember Optic Gaming won like a gold medal for playing Call of Duty in like maybe 2015, 2016, like around that time I started. And I was like, bro, this is, so dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's just getting bigger and bigger now as people are realizing that, it's a market for it. It's not just a fad. It's not something that's just going to go away. So you got more people investing. So it's pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
I'm going to give me an esports team one of these days.
yeah, for real. So back to the NCAA. So what's the deal with the NCAA 2014 video game?
What's the deal? What do you mean?
Just like, what's the hype over it? Like I seen you do it, you played it, but I also seen people in the past just like, I know it because I was like the final one and stuff like that.
Okay, here's the hype. This is the last one. It is the last of. I mean, it's just such a great game, bro. It has so much replayability, and I get the core. Let's start with the core. The core is the gameplay. The gameplay on there is fun. It's just different. It's much different from Madden. Yeah. Like Madden tried to get very realistic, but in doing so, they haven't quite nailed it down. So the movement is weird. Kind of feel like ice skates, stuff like that. NCAA, you don't have that. Also, in NCAA, because of the recruiting pool, there's a never-ending recruiting pool. And so you constantly bringing players in, and players are constantly going out. This keeps you engaged. You can't go sign people in free agency. You can't trade for a good quarterback. Nah, you have to recruit one. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be winning your games in order for them to come in, and you got to do a good job recruiting. So it's just the replayability on that game is just so high because of that. Then you got RTG, you got, just so much stuff that stacks up with it. So, I mean, it'll be a cult classic probably forever.
Yeah, for sure. So, what was the first video that you made that, like, was your breakthrough video, I'd say?
Well, I guess it's different levels of breakthrough video. Yeah. But probably my first video that got more views than I had subscribers was I made I'm not even proud of this anymore. I made a Madden Sucks video like back in the day. This was like, I don't know, maybe my 10th video. It was just like me lashing. I was angry because, this was before I even started back doing NCAA. Yeah. But just breaking down the issues I had with the game, and I made it completely off memory. I hadn't even played the game in like 2 years. I made it completely off memory, and then when the demo came out, I played the demo. I played one game because I just really didn't like Madden. I played one game. I used that as the video. They got over 100,000 views at a time where I had less than 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. So it was a big deal for me.
Yeah, for sure. And how did it go viral?
I mean, it slowly ate. It didn't go crazy when I first dropped it because I dropped it maybe 2 months before Madden even came out. And then the closer it got to Madden, And then, you know, the game drops, and like a week later, everybody's pissed. That's usually how Madden goes. You hype.
Yeah.
Game drops, pissed. And when that point hit, it started to pick up views. And it kind of slowly got views. It wasn't one of those where I woke up in the morning and it had just ate, you know what I'm saying? But it constantly was getting views. And what was happening was I kept posting more content, and some of those guys would filter into my actual regular content, and some would subscribe. So that's kind of how I wanted to do it. It's kind of like just almost imagine like throwing like a fish hook out and trying to bring in traffic any way you can to have some interest in my other stuff. And it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. And I also think Madden sucks, so.
You agree with me? Okay, cool.
So how did you go from 300 subscribers to now, congrats, by the way, on your 300,000 subscribers?
Man, a lot of hard work, bro. And I'm planning to.
Yeah.
Like I say, a lot of people, you'll hear a lot of YouTubers say, like, I watch every channel update video I can find, every thank you video. I like to watch this stuff and just get people's mindsets, YouTubers' mindsets and stuff like that, and see if I could get any tips or whatever. But a lot of people will say that they never planned this. They just kind of started doing, you know what I mean? I was not like that. Like, I knew from day one I was trying to build something that would take the place of my old job.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so just a lot of intentional hard work. I mean, it was times where I was doing when I was doing gaming, I was doing 3 videos a day. Well, 2 videos and a live stream. So 3 pieces of content per day. I mean, I was getting up at I was still working full time. So I'm getting up at 4 a.m. Shooting and editing my videos, and then I had to go to work and try to sell people furniture. You know what I'm saying? And it was tough, man. Like, I mean, a lot of ups and downs. And I finally, when I first went full time, I don't know if you remember, but you remember the YouTube adpocalypse?
No.
Okay, that was this thing where basically a super huge YouTuber, like, I don't know, tens of millions of subs, maybe something like that. He got into some really bad trouble, and essentially all the big companies started to pull their ads off of YouTube. This was just like, this is 2018. This was last year.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah, this was last year.
When they changed everything, when you have to have a certain amount of. Oh, yeah. Okay.
When they did all of that.
Yeah.
So my income, I had just gone full time. I was making just enough to pay my bills. Like, I was still not making as much, not nearly as much as I was making in sales, but, you know, I knew I wanted to make the transition, so I went full-time so I could work more. And I feel like I could push towards it. And the second I went full-time, like a month later, that happened, and my income got cut by 80%. So I'm just like, bruh. Like, at this time, granted, I've been working on this while also working a regular job for over a year, every day. I finally built up to go full time, and the second I went full time, boom, just pulled the rug out from under me. So I had to drive Uber for 2 months to supplement the income. I could have just went and got another sales job easy, but you know, I didn't want to go backwards. I believed in what I was doing, so I did that. We struggled a bit because obviously our lifestyle changed. You know what I'm saying? For some months, it was tough. I had to sell one of my trucks. It was bad, but you know, stuck with it. Ads came back, and then I'm pumping out just 3 videos a day every day. I'm doing this, and I realized, okay, I can't do this forever. So I had to come up with a plan to. The problem with my gaming videos were, while they were doing pretty good, they weren't evergreen. So they would eat for a day or 2 and stop. So I had to keep pumping out 3 videos I'm like, I can't do this forever. You know, I got a new son. You feel me? Like, this wasn't the plan. Like, I could have just stayed in sales if I'm going to be busy all day, every day, and never had no time for my family, because that was the whole point of this. So I made the tough decision. I took a week off for the first time ever, and made a tough decision to go to the in real life story content. And, you know, a lot of my subscribers was pissed. A lot of them was like, yo, we're going to rock with you. Most of them was like, we're going to rock with you no matter what. But even the ones that dipped came back after they saw that the content was actually good. They actually liked the new content just as well, if not better than the old stuff. because I was already doing stories, man. I created so many characters that people still remember. I even wrote like a short book on one of them. I was selling on Amazon. Like, I mean, I've done everything you could try, you know, on YouTube, and it was relatively successful given my size at the time.
Yeah, for sure. I respect that. And actually, I was going to bring that up later about the book thing, because when I was just searching you before, I was just like, "What is this?" I was like, "Is this real?" I was like, "There can't be another Flemlo Raps on Amazon."
Nah, that's me.
So, could you give like people that don't really understand like the perspective of like actually like filming, editing, and like making graphics? Because like I think that's one big thing that people like don't see, and like I do that stuff too. So obviously, I respect it.
Yeah. So you know, it is a process, man. Yeah. It's a hell of a process. My process now is a lot different than it was in gaming. Yeah. When I was doing gaming, it was doing one video was much easier than doing one video now. But like I said, you know, I would have to do more videos because that video would just eat constantly, because you kind of have built-in content with that. Mm-hmm. But what I'm doing now, man, it starts out with a few hours of research and typing up a script. That's probably, 2 to 5 hours that'll take. Then take another hour to shoot it, and then come the hard part where you sitting there editing it. Because you're trying to tell a story. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you want to give the right graphics at the right time. But I do mine. I record it where I'm looking at the camera the whole time. Yeah. So I'm like, I have my outline, so I'm kind of going off my outline. So I edit that first. So the first video is me looking at the camera, telling you the story the entire time. Then I go back and overlay it with stats and video clip here or picture here and all of this stuff. It takes a long time, but it's a fun process. It's also a tedious process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I have a love-hate relationship with editing.
Yeah, exactly. It's really a love-hate thing, man, because it's like, I was literally sitting in this chair I'm sitting in now yesterday from about 9 until about 4:30 editing the video that I just posted yesterday at like 5. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was working the whole day because I've just been busy. So I usually want to finish a day before I upload it so I can, take my eyes off and then come back and look at it again, because I'm guaranteed to have messed something up. But, I had to get that one out. And it doesn't seem to be anything crazy, but it's one of those things where I was not looking forward to having to sit in the chair and edit that video all day. But man, I had fun making that video. Like I really did. Like I'm chopping it up, and it's such a crazy, creative, kind of strenuous process. And then you create something that, like, once it's finished, and you sit back and watch the finished product, and it's just what you put into it. Yeah. But like a lot of people think that you upload a 19-minute video, took you 19 minutes to make it, and it's just couldn't be further from the truth. Yeah, for sure. I think
that's definitely one of the best feelings, just like uploading your content and just like you're done with it, and then sharing it, obviously.
Yeah, and then for people to actually appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sometimes though you'll spend that same time, you go through all of that, you'll upload it like, this is the one, 1 million views, baby. Don't do nothing. You feel like, man. And then other times it's like, well, I don't think too many people are gonna like this one, but I really enjoy making it. I want to put it out there. Boom, it goes. So it's kind of random.
So I got a perfect example and transition for that one, because we're gonna jump into this Last Chance U stuff, and most viewed episode right now is DJ Law, which to me was crazy because I had like a lot of people on that are in the UFC, MLB, NFL, and DJ Law, the JUCO player, has the most views right now. How wild is that?
Yeah, that video is it's crazy, man. And I didn't realize this until later, but that was my first What Happened To video. Gotcha. And that was before I started doing What Happened To video. I was still just doing gaming at the time, so I didn't transition with that video. I didn't notice it till later, honestly. But yeah, man, I guess the intrigue, man, the intrigue of what happened to DJ, and that video just kind of took off, and it ate my. That was the first video I did where somebody else that I know was like I mean, I don't even know well. Like, it was my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We pretty cool, but he hit me up like he's a teacher, and he was looking for some stuff on DJ Law. He's like, man, I'm looking for this stuff, this highlights on this dude, and your video come up. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? So, man, 2 years ago, I just went to it. 2 years ago. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, the whole Last Chance U thing is crazy too, because I've been following it since the beginning, and like my boys are telling me about it, and I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll check it out. And then I checked it out, and then I did like a Where Are They Now, just like blog, and then that like blew up kind of, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I was getting views on it every day, and I was like, what's going on? And then I checked the stats, and it got posted on like one of these sites, so like whenever someone was looking at it, they were clicking on it, and I was like it still gets views till today, which I'm just like, this is not, like, it's from like 2 years ago, like you were just saying. That's why I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's the evergreen, baby.
Yeah,
that's the evergreen content that we strive for, man.
Yeah.
But the Last Chance U thing, yeah, it's pretty wild, bro.
And you know what the funniest thing is?
The intrigue there is insane.
Yeah, the funniest thing is, I remember the first season, they didn't have like anything really like social media wise. Like, there was like fan pages.
Nothing.
And I was like, now it's like, now this year it's getting serious every year more. And now this year it's like crazy.
Really did it.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, just like you, I've been covering it since season 1. And season 3 is so funny. When they first announced, you know, like the summer before, that season 3 was going to move to a different school, I did a poll on the channel, and, you know, most cats were like, nah, you stay at EMCC, I don't want to see another school. And I'm like, well, you know, Last Chance U might take a step down.
Yeah.
Bro, it went crazy this year. You know what I'm saying? So, you just never know. So, you know, I went out and I met the director and Greg Whiteley and everything, and those guys, like, they have like just their ability to story tell. I think they're gonna Last Chance U gonna be something that's gonna be around for forever, bro.
Yeah, like I think they got to do something like bigger because their stuff is like really really good.
I can't really say
they're working on something,
but they cooking up. Yeah, I can say that they are cooking up, man.
And what about, who's the most requested player that fans tell you to like do a follow up on from Last Chance U?
It's different at different times. You know what I'm saying? Kind of ebbs and flows. Right after season 3, the Malik Henry and Bobby Bruce intrigue was through the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably got like 3 or 4 videos on each of those guys at least. Like that 8. But overall, man, I need to do a new one. But like after season 2, I did like who was the most popular player. You know what I'm saying? I did like a whole poll and let people vote, or the most popular character. So I included the coaches and everybody. Yeah. At the time, Ronald Ali won by landslide.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
By landslide. So he was the most popular one. But I want to do it. I got to do it again now that season 3 is done. Might be my next Last Chance U video. It's about that time.
For sure, yeah. Bobby Bruce like blew up just as
he did.
He was the one that I think he was the, I guess you'd say, kind of new Ronald Ali.
Yeah. He got, you know, his story was, I think it was so relatable for a lot of people. Yeah. Like a lot of cats, these young cats can really relate to it. So it just really took off, and they, you know, we went to his house and everything in the show. I'm saying, yeah. And like they gave background, and they really built his character a lot. But my favorite character from season 3 was Carlos Thompson. Word. Like Carlos Thompson and Calvin Jackson, them boys was beats. Like 2 receivers. Oh my God, they was cold, bro.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I binge watched that like pretty much 2 days. Banged it out real quick.
I think I might have watched it in one day. Because, I mean, of course I have to make content on it.
Yeah.
So, like, it came out. I got up that morning, like, all right, let's go.
Oh, I thought you didn't get it early?
No, I didn't get it early. Like, I didn't even know my name was in the credits until I had watched like 8 episodes or something like that. And one of my subscribers sent me a screenshot on Twitter. Yeah. Because my Netflix said it automatically skipped the credits. So I wasn't even seeing it, dog. And I couldn't even believe it, man. But no, I didn't get it early. Hopefully this year I can. Like, I didn't, I had spoke to them on Twitter once before that, and then I didn't know they watched all my videos and stuff. I really did not know. Like, I knew they was aware of me, but like when I went out and met them, they was like, "Yeah, we watch all this stuff," and like that last episode, the where they do like the catch up on EMCC.
Yeah.
Like I literally have done, like before that drop, that was almost like taking all my EMCC videos and putting it into one. But now you got the first hand accounts, and you got, you get the interviews and everything like that. So it was pretty dope, bro.
Yeah,
Hope
for sure.
I get it early this year, though. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, definitely. And what would be really cool, I think, because I know since they film like 24/7, I think they could probably come out with like a whole nother like bonus episodes of like each season.
They could. They might.
Yeah,
Like,
I think they might now, just because like the following is crazy.
Yeah, because it's got to be so much stuff on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Where, yeah.
For sure.
I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, they definitely should do that.
Yeah, even if it was just like the player, like or just like highlight a player that they didn't highlight. Because I've seen like a couple of guys just like tweet out like, "Oh, I got interviewed like 1,000,000 times, but like none even came out."
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's crazy.
I talked to a bunch of dudes like that who they did the interview because you never know what's gonna make it, man.
Yeah.
That's why I keep telling people, bro. Like, they didn't. I wanted them to. I was hoping they was gonna interview me. They didn't really do like an interview,
Yeah.
but they filmed me. They just filmed me like at the game. I guess they do overlay or whatever. But I'm like, man, I'm hoping that shit actually is in the show.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one of those moments where it's like
A check mark.
yeah, like that'd be a full circle moment where, cause like a lot of things happen and you don't really bask in it. But looking at this DJ Law video, bro, if I would go for this DJ Law video to end the show, I might lose my mind.
Yeah, for sure. And how about this question? Was CJ Rivas the first Last Chance U player that was actually like featured on the show, not like Chad Kelly, like to make the 53-man roster?
I think so. Like as far as I know, yes.
That got to be in your video.
Yeah. I've covered. I said that in like when I do my This Week in Last Chance U, like the news one. I've said it in the video, I think, but I wasn't 100% sure. But I believe so, man. I believe so, man. So CJ, he doing his thing.
Yeah, for sure.
He made the roster. I can tell they really respect what he's doing, because like for them to promote him on his birthday and shout that part of it out in the thing on Twitter, I was like, that's dope. That's super dope.
Definitely. I remember just seeing, like, when I was doing research, I was like, oh, like, because I didn't really know about the JUCO thing and all that, and and I was like, oh, he went to Virginia Tech. I was like, he got to be like pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, then obviously once everyone else came out, then you saw the schools they went to, and then you were like, all right, everybody was a star.
Yeah, pretty much everybody that they follow is a D1 bounce back. They used to do one. They'll do one every year. Like I think the first year was Wyatt. Remember Wyatt from EMCC? He wasn't he went straight to JUCO. And this year was I think Kerry was his name.
And they had VJ,
so usually
VJ
do
in
one
season 2.
who's just a legit JUCO that they'll follow. Everybody else is bounce backs.
Yeah, the VJ's was the season 2 one.
Yeah, and VJ is season 2.
And he's back there now.
Yeah, I know.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, he went back. And he was playing baseball.
Yeah.
In the minors, so I was hoping he was gonna make it up from there. Then he ended up going back to EMCC. So I'm really not 100% sure what's going on with that.
He got options.
Yeah, he does have options.
So, what was it like going out to Indy?
Man, it was dope, bro. It was a lot cooler than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Just because
Kansas.
Like a lot of the I was like, hey, Kansas, but man, the little town is so dope. Like it really is. Like it's like the friendliest people that you ever gonna meet. Yeah. A lot of them was fans. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was kind of cool. Felt like a mini celebrity out there. And then, like I say, I got out the car. It's a 10-hour drive. Yeah. I get out the car, walk into the hotel, and I see like 2 guys, black coats. You know what I'm saying? And they Flemlo Raps. And they come over, and it's 2 of the guys that work for Netflix that's out there filming. Just boom. I'm like, I literally just got here. Then I go to my room, and they got stuff like laid out, some swag up there, like hoodies, stuff like that. I was like, man, this is pretty dope, bro.
Yeah,
pretty dope. Yeah, it was a cool experience.
And what was it like back jumping in the booth with Fatal? Because that song was fire.
Yeah, man. jumping booth with Fatal was cool, bro. It was like, I told people this, bro. When the show aired, I was like, that dude right there is going to, like, he gonna do something, bro, because he's so hungry and he just loves creating. Like, I could just tell he was so happy just to get his song on there, and like the way he pushed, I told him that he didn't really, I don't think he understand what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, you a go-getter. Like, you gonna make this shit happen. The second day I was there, I ran into Fatal. Oh man, we get in the booth, and I was like, yeah, maybe we'll see. The next day I see him again. Let me play you this beat. The next day, like, he was so goddamn persistent, and like, eventually, I seen him every day I was there, and eventually I'm like, all right, man, I think it was like the last night. I'm like, man, let me go holler at Fatal. We go in there, this dude sleep downstairs. It was weird. Like, it was a weird environment until we got up into the studio. I was like, yeah, I felt right at home, man. It's like, it's pretty dope. He slapped together a beat, slapped together a hook. Like, that dude is, I don't know, man. I think Fatal gonna do something, bro.
Yeah, for sure. That beat is sick. That beat that you guys rapped on?
Man. That beat fire. It really is.
Like, do you want to do something like that at East Mississippi? Or you think it's, like, outdated now?
I would be down.
Yeah.
It was one of them things. The president reached out to me. Yeah. And invited me out. I mean, so if they did the same thing at EMCC, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually going to back out to LA early next year to the director invited me out there to get to go through there, give me a quick tour while they doing like post the post work, editing and stuff like that. So but go do that, and if you invite me out, I'm coming. Like, like, I'll be there.
That's dope.
The experience, and it's great content. It's like it's no negatives to it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be there.
Have you ever been on the campus of East Mississippi? Because I know you're from Mississippi.
Nah, I never even heard of East Mississippi Community College.
Even before the show?
Before Last Chance U, never heard of it. It's so many JUCOs, man. The JUCOs close to me are like Hines Community College, Itawamba. There's a couple other ones. It's like 4 that I was familiar with before the show. I had never heard of East Mississippi.
That's funny. I saw Wale reach out to you a couple days ago, and so I want to know what was that like, and has any other celebrities reached out to you?
That was crazy, man. And it's funny. I literally because he tweeted something else like yesterday. I just saw it like right before this. Just saying, if you're a football fan, check out my stuff. And man, that was another surreal moment, just because it's different. It's like that's a different arena.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, bro, like, Wale watching my shit. Like, and he was like, yeah, he's been watching it every day since he stumbled across my channel. And so, that was one of those that kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, man, that's pretty insane. Other than that, everybody else were like, and they were all dope, but like when Last Chance U hit me up, it was dope. God damn it, Braxton Miller hit me up when I did a video of him a while back.
That's funny, because Braxton Miller just like added me one day randomly at like 3 a.m. on LinkedIn, and I was like, what's going on? Hey, what's going on here?
Hey, that's what's up, man. I mean, you out here eating, bro.
So,
man, it was mostly like, a few football players for the most part, but that was the first one from like the music world.
Has anybody? Has any of the football players ever hit you up and been like, "Yo, bro, why'd you do that video on me? Like, what the hell? Like, like anyone got mad at you?"
I got like an email from one. I'm not gonna say the name. I got an email from representation of one of the players who I did, and but I was like, it's nothing illegal here, and it's like none of my videos, I never represent the person in like a negative light. I really didn't understand like why they was coming at me with that. I'm like, look, man, if something in here is not exactly the way it happened, I'm not making anything up. Like, everything that I get is coming from a report that I found, and then I might give my opinion on it.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I always spin it. I spin it in a positive light. Like I watched that, because that's just how I look at stuff. Like from a realistic standpoint, I don't think, everybody is just they're humans. Like people think because you're rich and you're an athlete that all of a sudden you're like can't make a mistake or you can't suffer from addiction or you can't do this. Yeah, I've gotten one email that was like, you need to take this video down. I didn't take the video down, and nothing ever came of it. But yeah, it did happen once.
Savage. What advice would you give other inspiring YouTubers?
Like if you're trying to grow, like what you need to do is you have to find a niche.
Yep.
Based on, ideally you want it to be based on something that you're naturally interested in, and then niche down even more something that you're naturally good at. Like I'm real analytical. Like I'm a creative, but I'm also very analytical, and I'm very empathetic, just by nature.
Yep.
So it works well with the style of video that I do, because I could put myself in a person's shoes and see how they might have made this mistake or why they may have made this decision. And I'll usually give like 2 or 3 opinions on this is probably what prompted this. You know what I'm saying? And when you watch the video, usually you're like, yeah, that would make sense. That would add up. So I tell people, that's pretty much what I try to tell people. Like people say, yo, I'm making football videos. I'm like, well, if you look at football videos, like right now, from like in real life content, like not talking about gaming, but just like the in real life football content, some of the top channels, me and three guys that I met recently, we all super cool now, but that's KTO, a guy named 5 Points, and Urinating Tree, and me. We all do football content, but our content is so different. Like, it's so different, bro. Like, if you watch it, because all of our personalities are different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you get a different thing. We can almost make the same video and it'd be different. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah.
So just leaning into your niche and kind of cornering your side of the market. And some people gonna rock with it. Some people gonna cross over. And some people gonna only mess with you, and some people ain't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you just have to do that, stay consistent. You really have to commit to it, man. Like it's tough. It's a lot tougher than cats realize, because there's so many hours and so much preparation work to go into it before the video drop. Yeah. For me, it kind of helped because I had done the gaming stuff already, so I had 70,000 subscribers when I started doing what I'm doing now. So I did have an audience. But like to put in all that work and to drop it, like for these videos, to drop that and not get any views, really, it's gonna be tough. But you just gotta commit to it, man, and understand that it's gonna probably take a long time. Like I came in with a 3-year plan. Like I assumed it was gonna take me 3 years to get where I wanted to be. So if you had that kind of mindset, you'd be all right. Yeah,
for sure. The one thing I always tell people is just like consistency is key.
Facts. 100% facts, man.
You ready for some fun questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, so do a lot of people recognize you, and what's been the craziest time that like somebody ran up on you?
Okay. A lot of people are starting to recognize me. The craziest time, probably the craziest time, I was in Dallas with my boy KTO, and he called the Uber. We getting this random Uber, and the guy's a little, I don't know, he's having a bad day. He's not in a great mood. I asked him if I could film in a car. He's like, nah. So I was like, okay, bro, for sure. I'm still filming. I'm just filming myself, though, not filming him. So me and KTO was just talking. It's weird because KTO's working on a thumbnail of a video that he dropped like that day that went on to get like, I don't know, 3 million views or something crazy. Like, it's just a wild thing. But anyway, we're talking about the thumbnail, and the guy recognizes my voice, and he turns around. He's like, hey, man, I know who you are. He turned around and recognized me in that situation, and his whole mood changes. He becomes the coolest guy, you know what I'm saying, on the planet. So that was pretty cool. And, people recognize me, like, in the mall and stuff. Like, if I go, like, out here in Walmart or something like that. Another odd time was like when I first moved up here. I'm moving, so I'm super tired. It's like 11 o'clock o'clock or something like that at night. I had to run to Walmart for something simple, and a guy recognized me at Walmart, bro. And I was so fucking exhausted. Like I could barely put on like your Flemlo face at the moment. But like that's one that I remember because I was like, oh man, I might have been. I wasn't in the greatest mood at the moment, but yeah, man, it's cool. People starting to recognize me a lot. I'm starting to get more used to it because it's just very awkward at first. It's just so weird because you just don't think people will see you or know who you are because I'm a lot bigger than people think in person. But they figured it out.
Even I mean, even when you said it and I saw you and I was like, oh shit, he's taller than I thought he was. Yeah. How about this one? This might be a tough one. Could you give me your top 5 favorite rappers or artists?
Okay, top 5 favorite rappers. My favorite rapper of all time is Wayne, Lil Wayne, Weezy, Don't You, whatever you want to call him. Not Don't You. I like. So that's number 1 easily. The next 4 might not be in any particular order, but let's see. So J. Cole is in my top 5. I'm a huge J. Cole fan. I'm a huge Eminem fan. I've been a huge Eminem fan since Slim Shady LP. The favorite. Man, I almost hate naming some of these guys because they've gotten so big. But I was fans of these guys in Mississippi where they were not popular at all when I was super young. They've all grown now. But back then it was not cool to be fans of a lot of these people. But anyway, so it's Wayne, M, J, Cole, Jay-Z, J. Cole, and that 4th spot is tough. Man. There's so many rappers I like, but who would I want to put in that last spot? God damn it. I really don't know. I don't know who I would slide up into that last spot, man. I'll throw T.I. in there for now because he's coming to the top of my head. T.I. my top 10 favorite, but I'm going to put him in the 5th spot for now.
All right, we'll take that. How about three goals for 2019 or any new projects?
Okay, 3 goals for 2019. I guess my main goal is I want to follow every whim that I have. Like I want to go all out with it, kind of like the opposite of college. It's like in college I didn't finish anything, and so now I got my main YouTube channel popping. I want to get my vlog channel up to in 2019. I probably want to get that channel up about 50,000 subscribers. It's got like 10,000 right now, which is it's great. Like it's doing better than I thought it was gonna do, honestly. So there's that. I don't really have a number goal for the main channel. I just want to keep making good content and to the best of my ability and try to feed my core, and then everybody else who comes in, a lot of them just kind of integrate into my fan base now. Like I'm not reaching as much as I used to, just for numbers. As far as new projects, man, I got a lot of stuff. I just wrote a short film, and me and my boy, I got a boy that runs like a small media company. So we're gonna shoot that in January. I'm working on a mixtape with we haven't announced it yet, so I still can't say the dude's name, but a rapper. I mean, he's got like distribution deal. We're gonna do a short mixtape. That's literally what I gotta do today. I gotta record two of my verses or re-record them and send them to him. I got that, and then of course there's my main stuff. Oh, my gaming channel. I got my gaming channel back popping. Like I started a different channel for gaming, so I'm still doing NCAA over there for my core base. So I want to get that consistent and just keep my main channel consistent and keep slowly leveling up my content and not. I just want to stay focused, man. Trying to stay focused on my core, my core base. I think that's the most important thing because I got lost at one point in 2018. I started reaching for everybody, and my content went down for a while, for like a couple months. Trying to please too many people instead of just pleasing my base. Yeah, that's what sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna keep on doing this, and this is what I want to do, so I'm gonna drop that, whatever. Yeah. And other than that, man, just growth, constant growth, man. Yeah, for sure. Just trying to get better. as a person.
Yeah. Last one. We got Last Chance U and we got QB1. Like, what other football series would you want to see, or maybe in another sport?
Well, I definitely want to see more basketball stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see more boxing stuff. Like, I love, like, stories in boxing.
Are just crazy.
It's just, like, timeless. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So if we got, like, a series like that, I mean, we have a few. There's a few, actually. But one that really took off in popularity in boxing, that would be great. I would watch any of them. I would like to see one of, like, an indie rapper who's kind of touring on his own and, kind of bootstrapping his career along. I would love to see that. Maybe a few, actually. Give me like 3 so we can follow all their stories. I would love to see that. So, yeah, those are a few that I would like to see.
You know the rapper Russ?
Yeah, I know, yeah. Similar to how Russ did
I would
his
want
career.
to see,
like, if we had a documentary on
before.
Seeing that
that would have been dope.
Up.
Yeah, that one would have been dope, because I listened to his interview on Breakfast Club, and he was just telling like them how he was like, some days I was just like in front of like 100 people, and the next day I was in front of 50,000.
Yeah, I watched that interview. I watched most Breakfast Club interviews.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was a really good interview.
Yeah. All right, well, I appreciate you coming on. And where could they find you on social media and your YouTube channels?
Just Flemlo Raps everywhere. Flemlo Raps on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram.
Google them.
Yeah, just Google it and you'll find all my stuff.
All right, well, I appreciate you coming on.
Already, bro.
This episode was brought to you by Ballsy, the makers of Ball Wash. Check out their site for high-quality, below-the-belt products at ballwash.com. Don't forget to use the promo code PGSports for 15% off.